Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. So this is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse by Mattel, all on Monday. So this is the Battle Cat action figure. Comes in a nice great big box, a nice window box, so we can actually see what we're getting. And this is a deluxe detail sculpt articulation. So looks like a very impressive Battle Cat action figure. Yep. Nice and big, so I'm happy about that. So here's the front. Nice beautiful window box so we can see what we're getting. Here is the top. And here is the bottom with some manufacturing information. Normally I try to take the tape off. I did take the tape off here, but it left a sticky residue, so I just cut the tape here. So I will open this up in a moment. On one side we have the Battle Cat name. On the other side we have a nice picture of Battle Cat. So I like that. Here is the back with some nice information, a little mini biography about Battle Cat. There we go. And nice picture of Battle Cat plus the other action figures in the first wave that came out in 2021. I've already reviewed these. I have not reviewed the Sculpt action figure yet. So I will open this up and review the Battle Cat action figure in just a moment. Here is Battle Cat. Let's take a look at the dimensions of this action figure. Here's the tape measure. We'll measure from the tail to the end of the helmet there. Looks like a little more than 14 inches long. That's very impressive. And at the widest point, if we spread out the legs here to get to the widest point, looks like almost 6.5 inches wide at the widest point. And then make sure he's standing up as tall as possible. And we'll see, looks like the highest point is either here or here. Let's measure up to here. Just about 7 inches tall. So this is an impressively sized action figure. It's almost as big, or maybe bigger, than some vehicles that come with some action figure lines like G.I. Joe or Star Wars. So very impressive. So the armor, Battle Cat's armor, it's red armor, kind of a red armor. It seems to be a soft, pliable plastic. So yes, we can squeeze in on it. Actually, the inside part is kind of hollow. So this is kind of soft and rubbery textured plastic. And you did a nice job sculpting it, although this part I think sticks out a bit more than it did in the cartoon. Very dangerous spikes or horns. And then here is the saddle for He-Man to sit on. And some armor back here. So it looks nice all the way around. And then this is a green tiger with some yellow stripes. Although there's not a very sharp contrast between the green and the yellow. Perhaps if the green was darker and the yellow was brighter, it would just look more accurate to the original cartoon. But this still looks nice. We can see the lines where the different parts are put together for the articulation. So it's nice that there's a lot of articulation on this action figure. And we We do have a fur texture sculpted throughout the body and on the tail. So they did a lot of work on this one. And then we have some nice big black claws. They're not too sharp. It does look nice. Great big paws. We have some fur around the mouth, and then we have some teeth there. It's a nice articulated jaw, so some nice sharp teeth there. And they sculpted the bottoms of the paws. There are no peg holes here. And we can see how we hook the saddle piece together here. And lots of detail on the bottom and on the chest there. So they did a lot of nice work on this thing. Let's take a look at the articulation. Now, the articulation with the armor on is a little more limited. I'll show the articulation without the armor later. But here, in the head, go down and up, and we can turn around. Oops. And then the jaw opens and closes. And the forearms, or the forelegs, we can go out a little bit. Come in. We can move forward. Move back quite a bit. Very nice. And then we have some elbow joints, very large elbow joints. These are a bit stiff. Very stiff, actually. There we go. So to move that much and move back. Does this one work? No, that one's very stiff. That's too bad. But there is a swivel, so we can turn this. This one will turn. The paws can move down and up. And pivot. That's pretty good. Very nice. And the hind legs can also go out a little bit and back in. We can move back quite a bit. And forward. Very good. And we have a swivel here. And no, looks like only a swivel there. Back here, another joint. Nope, no swivel there, just up and down. And ankle joint there, very limited, with some pivoting. So very limited. And then the tail can turn, but the tail is blocked by the armor. So it looks like all the joints are working pretty well so far, except for this one. This one doesn't bend. I'll have to take a look at that and see what's going on with that joint. So far they're moving smoothly, which is nice. Now I'm wondering what will happen after the joints become very loose. I wonder if this thing will still be able to stand if the joints are loose. Looks like it might be designed so that even if the joints are loose, we'll be able to manage it in a standing position. Alright, I will show the articulation without the armor in a moment. Here is Battle Cat next to the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man and Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc. Here is Battle Cat next to the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin White Ranger and Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic. Both of those action figures are 6-inch action figures. Here is Battle Cat next to the Fortnite 4-inch action figure Rust Lord and the 4-inch Adventurer action figure from the Animal Planet set. Here is Battle Cat next to the Jumanji Ferocious Tiger by Leonard Toys. We can see that Battle Cat is much larger than the tiger. So, very impressively larger. Here is Battle Cat with He-Man riding on him. So it doesn't look too bad. So with this saddle and helmet piece, these are a bit rubbery. So we can kind of squeeze He-Man on there and he'll stay in place. So we have to bend the legs. And it's a good thing there's a lot of articulation on He-Man's legs, the upper thigh cut and boot cut. So it allows us to try to make it look like he's riding on Battle Cat. So it doesn't look too bad. A bit wobbly, so we don't want to shake it around too much, but I think for the most part He-Man will stay in place. But this is more for display than playing, like having him bounce around. So at least it looks alright. We can remove the armor from Battle Cat. Simply pull this off the head, and then we can see that there are no eye holes, so these eyes on the mask are painted separately, and then there are eyes on the Cringer. So Cringer becomes Battle Cat. We can also take off the saddle and harness here, and this is a soft and hollow piece of plastic, so it's not too hard to put on and take off. And then we get Cringer. Although in the cartoon Cringer was physically a smaller cat, and when he got the power of Grayskull he became a much larger Battle Cat, but this is probably good enough for now. Here is Cringer, the unarmored Battle Cat form, and this is as high up as I can get the head to move, but it does move down more. That looks good. Now there's some differences. Here we can see the face. Looks like they've done a nice job with Cringer's face. They did a lot of painting here on the face that's usually covered by Battle Cat's helmet, but I think they did a nice job there. Now this is just too big to actually be Cringer. Cringer is a much smaller green tiger with yellow stripes. Now without the armor we can see that there are more points of articulation in the body here. Now this part, I have not been able to get this to do anything. I've heard some creaking noise as I try to bend this, so it has me concerned. I don't want to try bending it too much. So maybe that's just not really a joint or a point of articulation. Back here, however, this part will move around. Move up a little bit. Move down quite a bit. Maybe turn just a little bit. So, not too bad. Probably more articulation than I really need. And all the other joints are the same. This one still doesn't want to move at all. So I'm not going to force the issue. I don't need to make sure this bends. It would be nice for more posability, and if the joint is there, it would be nice if it actually worked, but as long as this action figure is still standing, I'm not going to try very hard because I don't want to take the chance of breaking it. So just line up the paws, adjust the joints, and then we can have them standing on all four paws. So that looks nice. Here's Cringer next to the Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc action figure, 6 inches by Jazzwares, and Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure, 7 inches by Mattel. And Cringer is much too big to go with He-Man. Cringer should only go up to He-Man's waist in his Cringer form. The Battle Cat form is much larger, but this is the same toy, Cringer and Battle Cat, so they couldn't really change the size. Here's Cringer next to the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin White Ranger and the Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic action figure. Both of those are 6-inch action figures. So Cringer makes a wonderful, huge, monstrous cat. Here's Cringer next to the 4-inch action figure, the Adventurer from the Animal Planet set, and the Fortnite Rush Lord action figure by Jazzwares. So Cringer would make a wonderful, huge, monstrous cat. Here is Cringer next to the Jumanji Ferocious Tiger by Unarmored Toys. Now, it is still much larger and very impressive. The HammerTron Sledgehammer rating is okay. I'd like to rate it more highly, but there were a couple of problems with the joints. This other leg joint or elbow joint over here just doesn't move at all, and then there's also a large joint in the body part that I think is actually a joint, but it doesn't want to move, and when I tried to make it move, there's a creaking noise that I just didn't like, so I'm not going to try forcing that joint or the other one. I can get it to stand on all four legs. Here I have it balanced on the sledgehammer. Battle Cat is not too happy at being just okay, so he's trying to scratch the hammer, but I think my sledgehammer is stronger than Battle Cat. So the only way to get it balanced is to have it leaning on something. Otherwise it would just topple over because it needs all four legs. So other than that, I do appreciate having the Battle Cat. It makes a nice addition to the He-Man collection and a good addition for displays or dioramas with He-Man. I could also use it as a monster cat in other displays where it's a very large and alien looking cat. So I think it's a really nice action figure other than the problems with the joints. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.